Hey guys, if you're new to my channel, my name is Christine and I'm here to, the purpose of this video is to introduce a new playlist that I have going because I have two completely different topics that I do on my channel. If you're already a subscriber and are a subscriber because of my cross-stitching videos, then you already know that I do cross-stitching videos. And I put a poll up a couple days ago mentioning that I wanted to start uploading some succulent videos, and so far it looks like the winner of that are either people would love to see succulent videos, or they don't have a strong opinion one way or another, or they're here mostly for the cross stitch but wouldn't mind seeing, maybe they have a slight interest in succulents. So I thought that there's just a few of you, I think 9% said that I should just start a new channel because you didn't have any interest in succulents at all. So since that was such a small percentage, I thought it was probably safe to go ahead and put some succulent videos on this channel, but I'll clearly mark them so that you'll know that there's not any stitching involved. So this is just an introduction to that playlist. I really wasn't going to ramble, but I'm starting to ramble. I was just going to keep this as a short introduction. Basically what I wanted to say before I started uploading videos to this playlist is that I'm going to attach some footage on this video that if you have been watching my cross-stitching videos, you will have already seen this footage, because I thought, oh, I'm going to go ahead and give a little bit of a background to how I got started with succulents. And since I already told that story on this channel, I thought I'm just going to cut that footage out of those old, because I had tacked it on to the end of some cross-stitching videos, and I decided that I'm just going to tack it on to the end of this video as sort of a, this is where I started, and then moving forward, because I guess that's what I want to get out of this playlist, is just sort of kind of a documenting my journey with succulents, since I'm fairly new to them. And I think that I've been watching a lot of succulent videos and planting videos, and I always love when you can see kind of where somebody maybe pots up some succulents and then a year later you get to see sort of, hey, this is how they're doing now. These are the ones that survived and these are the ones that died. And I figured there's going to be a lot of experimentation on this channel, because I think a lot of them, I actually thought I was doing pretty good with my succulents, and then I was watching the old footage that I'm going to attach here at the end and realized that my succulents used to look a lot better than they look now. I just hadn't looked at that old footage for a while, so I didn't know quite how sort of sickly they were looking. I mean, they don't look bad. I didn't kill many of them, so that's good. But I'm going to keep this rambling to a minimum and just say that if you have watched any of my cross-stitching videos where I talk about the succulents, then you will have already seen this footage and you feel free to skip it. Anyway, just something fun to do, to add on when I kind of get in the mood to do some succulents. So I hope you stick around and see what I have to show. And I'd love to hear, I love feedback. If you do, ever want to offer me any advice, I'm totally open to that. Believe me, I will welcome it. And also, if you want to talk about the succulents that you have and which ones maybe you're new to it or you've been doing it for a while, or channels that you like to watch, yeah, I'd be happy to hear. Just leave some comments below and we'll chat about it. All right, guys, enjoy. Talk to you later. Bye. I love this little garden window here because it's perfect for plants, and I don't really have a whole lot of plants. As a matter of fact, this one right here, and I apologize if you hear dripping because I have a leaky faucet that needs to be fixed. So you're probably going to hear that. But this little plant right here, my oldest son, maybe a year ago, bought this, and it was a bit smaller than this. As a matter of fact, we just repotted it. It's a type of a euphorbia, and it was maybe the first, we thought it was a cactus, but I guess it's not really a cactus. But anyway, when we bought that, we really had no idea how to take care of it, and we have, it has actually survived enough to be repotted, and there were a bunch of little babies that grew, and anyway, that's when we kind of thought, oh, maybe we could keep those alive. I just wanted to interject here for a second because I realized I never talked about this little succulent. After my son bought his and we were able to keep it alive, I was in the grocery store one day and found this little echeveria, and I bought it. And that was technically kind of the succulent that started it all. And it ends up being the one you'll see later in the video that becomes basically the mother plant of all of the leaf propagations that I do. So even though it was in that window, it apparently wasn't getting enough light and it became pretty stretched out. After that, then last summer, so about a year ago, I saw an ad for my local nursery was having a class to learn how to make a succulent garden. So I took that class. It wasn't really a class. They basically just gave us a pot and a whole bunch of succulents and said, just pick the ones you want and make a nice arrangement and you can take it home. So what you're looking at here is that. So it looks like I've got about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, about 6 plants in there, and that's what I came home with, and I didn't really know what to do to keep it alive. Looking back at it now, it all looks so nice and healthy. I forgot that it looked so nice at one time. Let's return now to the footage that I took you away from and continue on so you can see where this ended up. The one that I just showed you a picture of when I took the succulent class, or the succulent garden class, this is how it looks now. It looks a little bit different. I made a couple of changes to it because this one, when I first planted, it was longer and I cut it off and stuck the top part of it back down into the soil because apparently when you do that, they just reroot and grow a new plant. And I took off one of the leaves, and when you take off one of the leaves and just leave it there, if you can look, there's not really good lighting, but can you see there's a little baby succulent growing right there out of just the leaf? So these things are, and then it's going to grow into its own plant. So I'm just leaving it there. That's really quite fascinating. I'm just obsessed with succulents now. So I'm going to take you upstairs because I did get myself a little setup with some grow lights because I think they need a little bit more light in the winter. So I don't know. I'm just experimenting. So I'll take you upstairs. Hold on. Okay, I should mention that the window I just showed you, is an east-facing window, and now this is upstairs in what used to be sort of the playroom / junk room, that spare room. So anyway, this is a west-facing window, and you can see I bought this little, it's like one of those little, what do you call it, bathroom caddies, wire caddies, and I bought one so that I could attach these grow lights to it. And so it does get a little bit of window light, but in the winter I'll probably keep those blinds closed most of the time because this room gets really cold. And this is what I've collected after I got, kind of went down a succulent collecting road. So the lighting is not real great here, but this one here is called Raindrops. It's kind of like String of Pearls, but it's raindrops. And this one, I can't remember what this one's called. I'm not really good at identifying them yet. This one I remember is called a Chocolate Soldier. It's got little kind of brown spots on the tip. And I've repotted them all out of their the little pots that they came in from Home Depot, actually. That's where I got these. And I, just for the sake of science, I took part of my raindrop one back there, and I pulled a piece off and I replanted it here just to see if it kind of roots its own plant. And then what we've got going on here is also another science experiment. This was a, what are those called? Echeveria or Echeveria, I don't know how you say that, but this was the top of it. So if you can imagine, this was up on top, and then it had all its leaves going down the side, but it was starting to get really stretched out, sort of like elongated when it doesn't have enough light. So for the sake of science, I pulled all the leaves off of it because supposedly I cut the top and you stick it down in the soil and it will grow a new plant. And then I think this stem can normally propagate new growth, but it looks like it's dying. So I either overwatered it or did something with it, so I think that one's going to be failed. But if we go down here real slowly, I'll pan slowly, these are all the leaves that I took off of it. But before I get to that, I just want to show you, this is an ice plant. I pulled a piece off out of my garden just to see if I could grow that inside. And this used to be a flower, and it was actually flowering under these grow lights. These little things right here are leaves that I pulled off. My mom has a Thanksgiving cactus, and I asked her if she could cut some leaves off for me so that I could propagate those. And supposedly you just stick them down in the soil and they start growing right from the leaves. And I did pull them out and see that they have a few tiny bit of roots growing from them. So if those work out, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, plus right back up here, 5, 6, 7, right in this pot here. I'll have like 7 new Thanksgiving cacti from that. And these here are the leaves that I pulled off of the Echeveria. And if you look, I'm trying to get a good view of it here. If you look, I'll pull one of these. You can see, let me find my camera here, with the light, that there is a new baby succulent growing right from that leaf. And if you look really closely, you can see that almost all of those leaves right there have little babies growing right from the leaves. So, can you see them right there? How cute? And then these are more from the plant downstairs. So anyway, I have all these leaves that if it works out, are all going to be their own succulents. So yeah, I've just been having fun learning and playing with succulents. So I'll give you an update on those and see how they're coming along. Okay, thanks for watching. Okay guys, here's a little quick tour of my succulents and how they're doing. So we've got these, they're all still living. Here's my raindrops, which looks like string of pearls, and it's gotten quite long. Got all this new growth on here. Those haven't really changed too much. Here is this one right here is the one that Vicki sent me. It's called Mother of Thousands or Mother of Millions. I don't know the difference. But these little bruises here were from just kind of like these leaves when it kind of got damaged in travel, because it was, it had to survive the U.S. Postal Service. So yeah, some of these leaves are bruised down here, but you can see though that all these new babies on top are starting to, aren't they cute? Look at that, they're so cute. So yeah, that one seems to be doing well. Now let's move on downstairs to, these are the my leaf propagations. So they've gotten quite big. As a matter of fact, I've pulled the leaves off of some of them. This one is about ready to have the leaf pulled off of it. It's getting it's still a little soft. This one, the leaf is looking kind of bad on that one too. But yeah, when they dry up, when the leaf dries up, it just pulls right off. So this is kind of where I'm at with those. So, yep, and they're getting kind of big. Yeah, they look cute. So I moved them into this, I had them on just a tray, but now I've moved them into this egg carton here just so that they each have their own little spot. But, and then when I water those, I use like one of these little squirt bottles here, like that, and I just squeeze it on there. It's very, very fun taking care of these little babies. So yeah, this one right there didn't get a very good root system. Don't know. Some of these smaller ones, not quite sure. But yes, I'll give them a good watering since I'm using my left hand right now. But anyway, they're doing well. Those back there are the Christmas cactus that I stole off of my mom's plant. Christmas cactus or Thanksgiving cactus, whatever you call it. So they've got 3 of them there, and then this one's got new growth on the end. And this one here, it's got some new little ones coming. These sprouted right out from it. So I was happy to see that those seem to be doing well too. Yep. That guy right there almost died, but I think I've salvaged him. He was kind of, I think, getting a little bit neglected. And then this is the last one I have, is the little succulent garden that I did at my local nursery. I've made a few adjustments to it, moved things around a bit. This one, it was really long, and I cut it off and stuck it over there, and it's going to start growing its own over there. That's about it, though. This one's looking kind of sad. I don't know what's going on with that one. I'll have to evaluate what's going on with that. It doesn't look quite that healthy. But anyway, that's it, guys. That's it for the succulent tour. And I'll see you hopefully soon. Talk to you later. Bye.